Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be Lost Media Category 214, Filth, Lost Original Screenplays of Unproduced Film Adaptations of Irvine Welsh novel 1998 to 2008. Filth is an Irvine Welsh crime novel published in 1998. It details the dramatic downfall of Detective Sergeant Bruce Robertson, a mentally ill, corrupt, and highly unpleasant man, as well as an intelligent tapeworm that lives within him. A film adaptation was written by John S. Bard and it starring James McAvey was released in 2013. However, it is known that Filth underwent development hell for over a decade, with several scripts written that went unused by different production companies. Background: Filth features Bruce Robertson, a detective sergeant in Edinburgh. Even at the beginning, Robertson is one or two steps from disaster. His former wife and daughter have left him some time prior. Robertson is a narcissistic, delusional misanthrope and bully who takes sheer delight in tormenting his colleagues and often close to himself, including his supposed friends Clifford Blades and coworker Ray Lennox. He justifies his conducting of the games with the phrase, "Same rules apply." Still, the racially motivated murder of Ethan Worry presents Robertson with a golden chance to secure a promotion to detective inspector. Very little actual detective work occurs in the novel, as Robertson instead demonstrates his fine qualities as a human being. This includes blackmailing a schoolgirl and giving him oral sex, stalking Blade's wife Bunty, and framing Clifford for it, spreading rumors that colleague Peter Inglis is gay, engaging in genitalia measuring contests at work designed to humiliate Lennox, and cheating by using a photocopier, and beginning involved in the disaster filming of a prostitute engaging in sexual intercourse with a dog. Only colleague Amanda Juman, who Robertson believes is a lesbian, actually stands up to him, winning a psychological battle that causes him to suffer one of the many breakdowns throughout the novel. Robertson also lives with bipolar disorder, worsened by his strong drug abuse and junk food binges. One evening, he eats an undercooked pie that results in two tapeworms infesting his body. One of these tapeworms, which is named the Self, is surprisingly intelligent, an articulate entity that falls in love with the other tapeworm, that is affectionately dubbed the Other, and can read Robertson's thoughts and memories. It begins to torment Robertson when the Other is killed by anti-tapeworm medication. It remains a psychological broken Robertson, exactly why he ended up the way he is. Born following a non-consensual conception, he was subjected to abuse and neglect from his stepfather, who could not bear Bruce's origins. He instead preferred his younger brother, Steve. Robertson accidentally killed Steve during his childhood, prompting his distraught stepfather to disown him and label him as Filth. It's also tells the story of Robertson's first love, Rhonda, a girl with cerebral palsy who is fatally struck by lightning as a result of Robertson's throwing a golf pin that acted as a conductor. These tragic stories, among others, shaped Robertson's warped personality, something his eventual wife and daughter could not repair. Robertson also frequently cross-dresses as his former wife during delusional states. One night, he is kidnapped and sexually assaulted by Germaine Gorman. However, Robertson managed to kill Gorman by biting his tongue off. The next day, Robertson is visited by his boss, Robert Toll, who reveals one truth. Robertson, during one of his delusions, he was responsible for Worry murder, which was racially motivated after he learned his ex-wife had an affair with a black man. Toll and Robertson and other colleagues had to know the truth for a while, but covered things up out of pity. Toll also decided it would be best to promote Lennox to Detective Inspector, Robertson having actually encouraged Lennox to apply as part of his own plan to cause internal strife among colleagues. Ashamed at all the irreparable damage he has caused and refusing to listen to desperate self who beg him otherwise, Robertson commits suicide by hanging. The self cannot live without its host, leading to a demise as well. Original screenplays. Film was the third Welsh main novels after the Trainspotting and the Marabou Stalk Nightmares. Welsh remarked that it was his most comically successful novel at the time. However, its original cover depicting the face of a pig with a copper helmet often offended Yorkshire and Southampton police to the point where they ordered independent bookstores to remove it from their window displays. It also upset Edinburgh councillors who thought it tarnished its police force reputation. Irvine also described Robertson as a pathetic loser, but Whereabouts Trainspotting was adapted for the big screen 2 years later, and after its release, Filth's adaptation went under a 15-year development hell. Filming rights were bounced from one production company to the other, with no actual filming taking place. Part of the reason was Filth garnered an unflammable reputation, especially due to the tapeworms interruption scenes. Welsh's writing partner, Dean Kavanagh, had originally attempted to adapt the Filth into association with Miramax. Miranda Robinson of the Four Cell Productions served as executive producer. However, Miramax UK operation then acquired the rights to only shoot the project down. By April of 2003, the official Irvine Welsh website stated Robinson had received additional funding as well as a brand new script. The backing was most likely came from Angus Lamont of Crab Apple Films. He and Robinson then selected Dan Bronzite as the project screenwriter. Bronzite had recently contributed to the horror film Long Dead screenplay. Manja Huda, most known for directing The Kid Adulthood, was also leaked to the project. Alas, while Bronzite confirmed it did write a screenplay, Crab Apple Films' planned adaptation never ended up in production. In an October 2006 interview with a Pasadena Weekly, Welsh announced he had regained the film rights. The following confusion regarding who owned the rights after they transferred to Miramax UK's branch, he revealed plans to have himself and Kavanagh write a new screenplay together. Directors Rob Schneider and Michael Winterbottom expressed their interest in the project, as did the Football Factory's creators and Welsh-owned Four Way Pictures. Alas, it was until 2009 when John S. Bird acquired the rights that process was made. Barr completed a rewrite of his screenplay by August 2011, which was Welsh deemed as absolutely brilliant. With James McAvoy starring as Robertson, Filth was released to cinemas in October 2013. Availability. In a November 2011 interview with Collier, McAvey claimed numerous Filth screenplays had been written, with none meeting the quality standards. At the very least, Kavanaugh and Bronzite are known to have written screenplays. It's unclear whether these scripts would have given greater prominence to the South. Indeed, Bard remarked that his original script focused somewhat on the tapeworm, but its role was reduced and later combined with Dr. Rossi's scenes. Ultimately, none of these earlier screenplays have been publicly released. And that is Lost Media category 214, Filth, Lost Original Screenplays of Unproduced Film Adaptation of Irvine Welsh novel 1998 to 2008. There is no concept art and there is no pictures for this Lost Media. So the Lost Media video is going to be ending right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.